first one resides in North Memphis. Now fleets who utilize CNG have two fueling options in our city, both of which are operated by MLGW. Last year, both CNG stations sold over 254,000 gallons of gasoline equivalent of CNG. This contributes to 1,183 short tons of greenhouse gas reduction, as well as reductions of 20,000 pounds of NOx and 2,700 pounds of VOCs, particulate matter and other tailpipe air pollutants. To date, this location, this year has sold over 145,000 gallons of gasoline equivalent. So yes, there is an economic benefit for MLGW opening this station. However, and more importantly, natural gas helps MLGW contribute to clean air. Clean air is something that we all need, and using natural gas substantially reduces emissions. These types of reductions alone are significant, not just to MLGW, but to our customers and to our city. Show of MLGW support is exemplified by the 92 CNG-powered vehicles that we have, the 4 tank trailers that are in our fleet, and all of these vehicles fuel at MLGW CNG stations. In 2014, our fleet displaced 37,000 gallons of gasoline and 107 short tons of greenhouse gas. We are proud to be leading the way to help the environment, all the while helping our natural gas customers provide cleaner fueling alternatives for their fleets, allowing them to pass on savings to their customers. So, without further ado, up next is Pat Riley, General Manager of Gibson County Utilities and Chairman of the TGA Natural Gas Vehicles Committee. Pat.
Thank you. How's everybody doing today? Good. All right, that's what I wanted to hear. Is this not a grand day or what? Thank you, Memphis Light Gas and Water, for hosting this. I couldn't imagine starting this tour any other way. Our committee has been informing our politicians for the last 3 or 4 years in Nashville, either at the War Memorial, with an expo, or with at Titan Stadium. But with the legislative sessions becoming so compressed now, we just had to get out to the public and start letting people know. And what better way than to have a caravan of vehicles like we have here today and stops across the nation with media like this to let people know that natural gas is here. But as Alfonso said, my name is Pat Riley. I'm General Manager at Gibson County Utility District in Trenton, Tennessee. I'm with Dave Brown. People in Memphis know Dave. I'm also the Chairman of the Natural Gas Vehicle Committee for Tennessee Gas Association. But today we're celebrating Memphis Light Gas and Water's grand opening their second public gas service station. This station adds to the growing ranks of public stations across Tennessee and the 1,200 public stations that are currently open across the country. Today we're also celebrating CNG across Tennessee. Again, this is the perfect place to stop. And what better place to start when they're having a grand opening. The natural gas powered trucks that are here today will drive all the way across Tennessee over the next week and not use any gasoline at all, which is something that we can all be proud of. Tomorrow we'll be in Trenton, Tennessee at another grand opening of the Gibson County Energy Complex. We're very excited about that. And that's going to be a big help to Northwest Tennessee. But bigger is 2 grand openings in West Tennessee in 2 days. And I think that shows a measure of growth that you wouldn't have seen 5 years ago. It's something that as Americans we ought to be proud of. After Trenton, we'll visit the Piedmont Natural Gas Station in Nashville, then on to Athens Utilities, and then we'll conclude the rally in Sevier County in Sevierville Utility District, where Dolly's trolleys await us. They've converted their trolleys over to compressed natural gas. The goal and the mission of this journey across this great state is to inform and educate all Tennesseans that natural gas transportation is here and growing every day. In fact, we might have a big announcement at our stop in Sevierville. You know, there's over 15 million natural gas vehicles in the world. And we have more natural gas than anybody. And this is a proud day. It's a significant day to show Memphis, show West Tennessee and Tennessee in general that it's here and that people are committed to this, and it's going to be good for America. Thank you, and I'm glad to be here. It's an honor and privilege.
Thank you, Pat. I'm Lynette Demiola, Executive Director of Tennessee Gas Association, located in Nashville. And as you can tell, Pat Riley is our energy ambassador. He has spearheaded this event. This was his idea to travel across the state of Tennessee. We are very excited about this historical week. Tennessee Gas Association, just a snippet of information about us. We were founded in 1962. We have just under 400 members across the state of Tennessee, with Memphis Light Gas and Water being our largest member with over 300,000 meters, and we appreciate that. Today I am here, though, to talk more about natural gas vehicles and to share an award with Memphis Light Gas and Water. Now I would like to introduce Phil Trineri, President and Chief Executive Officer of Greater Memphis Chamber.
Good morning. Thank you, Lynette. Very briefly, a lot of MLGW employees out here, and I have to tell you, you guys are great partners. You know, our primary role is to not only make sure that businesses in Memphis can stay in Memphis and grow in Memphis, it's also to recruit new businesses to our community. And having MLGW, Bill Bullock, I saw him here earlier, he and Judith are actually housed with us. We're at the table, they're with us. And the level of service provided, the availability of service, and the cost, all those things go into making Memphis far more competitive, and we could not do it without the help and support of MLGW. So thank you so much, and please give yourselves a hand. I've been a fan of natural gas for a long time, and we talked to Cherry Collins about it. This is just a great example of what we can do to demonstrate that Memphis is truly on the leading edge. And there is no reason now, with the second station coming online, and hopefully there'll be many more, but now with the second station, there is no reason for anyone that has large vehicles within the city limits, within the region, to run anything but natural gas. Number one, it costs less, but number two, the cost of maintenance will be significantly less. A lot of fleet operators estimate the cost about 30% less. And so you think about it, you're going to make more money, and oh, by the way, do good because you'll protect the environment. That's a win-win all the way across the board. So this is a big day for us, and hopefully we'll see more of this in the future. This is what helps us grow the economy. Again, it's a part of sending a very loud message. MLGW is a great partner in that. Again, we thank you for that. Our other great partners, our friends in government. Harold Collins has been a partner in many ways for many years. I had the opportunity to work with the councilman for a long time. And you talk about someone who cares and someone who gets it, that we have to grow the middle class. We have to invest in the inner city. We have to make sure that the middle class starts growing again for us to all have the kind of place we want to live, work, and play. So I'm very honored to introduce our councilman, Harold Collins.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to one of the next generational, transformational places in Memphis. Phil, thank you for those kind words, and to Alonzo and Pat. While our colleagues in Nashville may not get it, we get it here in Memphis. And we get it because we are one of only a few cities who own and operate our very own utilities. So I do want to applaud the employees and the citizens of Memphis. Everyone wants clean air, yet we often take for granted that the air we breathe is just that. Memphis has always been considered a major commercial transportation hub because of its location and convergence of numerous highway links. Considering the impact that vehicular transportation has on low-level ozone in the Mid-South region, it is important to utilize innovation and collaborate in providing cleaner fuels like compressed natural gas to this region that will help provide cleaner air to our citizens. The Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America listed Memphis as number 2 on its 2014 list of asthma capitals and in the U.S. and ranks us in the top 25 most ozone polluted cities according to the American Lung Association's 2014 State of Air report. By providing alternative fuels that reduce air pollution, MLGW is helping to address these environmental issues, which turn aids in providing better air quality for our residents. This also contributes to environmental justice, since its overall environmental impact benefits all of our neighborhoods. CNG is something that we all should be excited about. I know I am. Now, let's hear from Chris, Barbie, Bieber, and Michael Taylor, who will come and distribute the Blue Flame Awards. These awards were created to recognize leaders in the natural gas in Memphis and Shelby County industry. Chris, you ready? Michael? Let's give them a hand as they come.
Now this is my favorite part, right? This is where we get to really recognize the reason we're here. It's for our customers. If it weren't for our customers, we'd have no reason to exist. And we are so proud of our customers. We want to have a small token of appreciation for the big difference they're making here in Memphis by using natural gas. Inland Waste Solutions came on the scene last year. They bid on a contract with the city of Memphis to haul waste for the city. Well, they didn't just come in with a regular bid. They came in and said, we want to do the contract with 100% CNG. So not only did they win the contract, saving the city money, but they're going to make a tremendous impact on the air that we breathe. All 20 of their trash trucks are all CNG, burning 100% natural gas. Absolutely. What they've done is they've set up a model for the entire industry to follow. This can be duplicated across the entire United States. I think what an impact that can make. I'm so glad to have Keith Richardson, the Memphis manager for Inland Waste here. Keith, if you come up please and accept our award.
All right. On behalf of Inland Waste Solutions, and thank you, MLG&W, what a great partner.
So when I first started learning about natural gas and the heavy vehicle industry, there was one particular customer that was showing up everywhere, Dillon Transport. If you go to any major natural gas CNG event, you're going to see somebody from Dillon speaking. Because they've done this across the entire United States. They just reached over 50% of their entire fleet nationwide is all CNG. That is an amazing accomplishment. It shows their determination to make their fleet all the way to 100%. They are bringing 20 tractor trailers to Memphis. We were so fortunate. There was a CMAQ grant that was awarded to Dillon. You'll see the big check back here in the back. The city of Memphis, MLG&W, we worked together with Dillon, and we got them $500,000 to help offset the cost of these new vehicles. So I'm so proud. Brad Sowell is here, the Memphis Terminal Manager. Brad, if you come up, please, we'd love to recognize you.
I just want to say thank you. We're glad to be associated with MLG&W and also to be a part of Clean National Energy. Thank you.
And last but not least, Swift Transportation. Here locally, they have made a tremendous commitment as well. They've got 20 vehicles using natural gas. What's so great about Swift is they have been here with MLG&W since day one. When we built this station, they actually had their vehicles here waiting on us. And when we wanted to test it, they brought vehicles over. When we had issues with the station, as every station does when it opens, they were patient, they worked with us. You could not ask for a better partner than Swift Transportation. guys are really top tier. We couldn't do it without Swift. I'm so glad they're here. Dan Crump, who is the manager of the day cab division, please come up. We'd love to recognize you.
On behalf of Swift, we appreciate the opportunity to get to have, and thanks to Mike for being able to real long.
So anytime you have an undertaking as big as building a station like this, it takes a lot of people to make it happen. We haven't built a station like this ever. We had one station, but it was decades ago. Everything's changed. So we did a lot of work to make this station perfect for heavy use, individual use. Everybody, we wanted to take their needs into consideration. And you really need a strong leader to make that happen. So Ray Ward doesn't know this, but we like to recognize Ray. Many times, a guy like Ray kind of flies under the radar screen. He's working so hard. I know Ray has called me early in the morning, late at night, weekend, holidays. I thought just because he loved me, but the guy was out working real hard, right? So Ray has not been recognized in a way like this. So we're so glad. Ray, please come up. We'd like to thank you.
Without the people behind us, this couldn't have been built. There's so many people out there that's working on this station. I thank all you that helped out, but we still have work to do.
So the next part of our program is the cutting of the ribbon. Allison, would you come up, please, and kind of direct us on what's left to be done? Do you guys think this was an amazing event? Allison Boucher, please give Allison a round of applause. She did a great job.
Sorry about that, but anyway, I wanted to be sure that I gave you more information about this award. The Innovator Award, each stop along the way will receive an Innovator Award because these 5 stations are truly the innovators for the natural gas vehicle progression throughout our state. So let me present this again to Mike Young. Michael Taylor. I had Young on my mind, Michael, sorry. Everybody smiling, and I'll say one picture. Cut this one second. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Can we get a couple more photos?
We'll be taking a few more photos and we'll be giving tours. There are vehicles here for you to see as well as the fueling station. And thank you so much for coming out.
I want to get a group shot of all the, yeah. I want to get a group shot of all the award winners.
Are you still video?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
The first thing I'll start with is
Yeah.
if you could say and spell your first and last name and
Right.
then your title as you like it to.
Okay.
My name is Pat Riley, P-A-T-R-I-L-E-Y. I'm the General Manager of the Gibson County Utility District.
Tell us why you're here today.
Well, today is a very special event. This is the kickoff of what we call the CNG Across Tennessee Rally, CNG for compressed natural gas. And our mission is to inform Tennesseans across the state that natural gas vehicles are here, they're available, they're good for America because we use American fuel, and by driving those vehicles you can clean up America because we only have one carbon atom.
Now, how many vehicles does Gibson have in their fleet?
Well, we're not as big as MLG&W, but we do have 13,000 customers. We have 25 trucks in our fleet, and half our fleet's already been converted. We're hoping within the next 2 years we'll have the rest of the trucks converted because we're wanting to go 100% CNG in our vehicles.
Why do you think that's important?
Well, it's important, number one, if we're going to, so to speak, preach it, we got to teach it. So it's important because it's saving us money. We used to buy eight truckloads of gas a year at 6,000 gallons apiece. We've cut that in half. That's already saving us $75,000 a year right now. And we're looking to save $150,000 a year when we get them all converted over. Now, the gasoline component is still in the vehicle, but that's only in case you do run out and you can't get back to the shop to fill up.
That's awesome. Now, today's just the first stop.
Yes.
Where does the rally go from here?
Well, the rally is a 5-city tour. Today we kick off with the grand opening in Memphis. Tomorrow we're in Trenton, Tennessee. We're going to have the grand opening of the Gibson County Energy Complex. We've been working very hard over the last 9 months making that happen. And then after we leave Trenton, we go to Nashville at Piedmont Station on Spence Lane. Then we go to Athens Utilities between Knoxville and Chattanooga. And then we conclude in Sevier County with Sevier County Utility District, and we understand that Dolly's trolleys are waiting on us. Dollywood has converted all their trolleys to compressed natural gas to help with the savings and also with the less emissions.
Now, I know you mentioned some kind of special announcement. Anything you can tell us about?
Not right now. I've been sworn to secrecy until then. Yeah.
Just switching gears.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, MLGW is in the process of implementing their smart meters.
Yeah.
Gibson County has 100% automated meters.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience.
Well, we've had our automated meter reading program going on for 7 years now. We studied that for about 1.5 years before we implemented it. And to give you an idea, the little city of Trenton, about 4,200 people, it would take 3 meter readers 3 days to read all the meters. We can do it in 45 minutes now with one reader in the truck, radio read. He doesn't have to worry about the weather. He doesn't have to worry about dogs or fences or bushes. It's all radio read. And that's saving us a tremendous amount of money. We've had our payback on that within a couple of years after we implement it. So I would recommend that to anybody.
And you said, do you have dollar figures on your ROI? Or?
Well, I don't have them in my head right now, but we could get them for you. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Okay, is that it?
That's it.
All right, very good.
CEO of the Greater Memphis Chamber. Do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Phil Trenary, P-H-I-L-T-R-E-N-A-R-Y, President CEO of the Greater Memphis Chamber.
You ready? The first thing that I'll ask you is why you think having a CNG station in Memphis is important.
Well, this sends a very clear message that Memphis is on the leading edge, that we recognize the importance of having clean energy available. You think about how much of our economy is driven by logistics and distribution, how many vehicles we have that are confined to the West Tennessee area. This is ideal for them because it lowers our operating costs by as much as 30%, but at the same time reducing pollution by millions of pounds every single year. So not only is it good for business and sends a message that we're open for business, it also allows our businesses to lower the operating cost and have a better environment for all.
Well, you mentioned making Memphis a greater place to work, live, and play.
Right.
So is this something that you think will attract new business?
As we try to retain the business we have, and not only grow them, but also attract new business into Memphis and West Tennessee, what especially young people want to see are communities that recognize the importance of protecting the environment, at the same time doing what's good for their business. So this truly benefits everyone, whether they even own an automobile or not, but especially in growing the middle class and growing our economy, which is what we have to do. This is so important, that effort, and that's where MLGW is such a great partner. Without exception, every single potential company or individual we talk to, we have MLGW at our side, because you can have no business be successful here if they don't have all the power they need, regardless of what type of power. And having a partner like that that is concerned with the needs of all the citizens, at the same time be very aware of the environment, is so important. So it is a key economic development issue for us.
Is there anything else that I haven't asked you think would be important to add?
It is important to recognize that this second step allows us to have enough infrastructure where it does justify more vehicles converting over to CNG, but we can't stop here. We have to keep growing this infrastructure, have more CNG stations, so it moves from not just commercial vehicles, but private. When I ordered our next vehicle, I plan on having it being a CNG-powered vehicle, and it's just that much. You have to have enough infrastructure to be able to get from one point to the next at a fueling station. So keep up the good work. Great.
Thank you. All right. You ready? The first thing I'll start with is probably take your team name tag off. I can hold it for you.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing we'll start with is if you can say and spell your first and last name and then your title like you like it to appear on TV.
Okay.
And you
What
look at
what
me.
TV? No, I didn't mess with you. Yes.
If you would like, I'll get you the information about when it airs. It's on WKNO
Okay.
and then the library channel.
All right.
All right, so whenever you're ready.
All right.
And you look at me.
Okay, look at you what I'm saying?
Your name
Okay. Dan Crumps, D-A-N, Crump, C-R-U-M-P.
and your title as you like it to.
My title is Swift Transportation. I'm over the day cab and shuttle division, which handles 90 to 95% of all the freight that comes through Memphis that's owned locally, and it goes from Memphis to Nashville, Memphis to Lancaster, Memphis to Prescott, Arkansas, Memphis to Clarksville, Arkansas, Memphis to Kentucky.
Tell us why you're here today.
I'm here today to support and celebrate this new beginning that we're having as far as in clean air, clean fuel, and bettering the environment and hopefully growing the company within all.
Now, Swift is a big partner with MLGW.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience with CNG and a CNG vehicle.
Well, in my beginning with CNG, at the beginning, I mean, it was new to us. We had new trucks, new opportunities, and it took some time for us to, get the drivers to understand that this is something that we need to do as far as in growth and bettering the environment, because we can't just constantly keep going with diesel because diesel was so expensive. And not only was it expensive, it was, putting out fumes and, deadly toxins in the air.
So you mentioned to me earlier that there's been some savings. Talk about
Yeah,
that.
it's been a lot. I mean, savings, you go from spending almost $4 a gallon for fuel to $1.30. Any company in their right mind, when you're looking at saving, if it goes from 20 cents, or you go from 20 cents to almost $2 to $3 savings, that's huge. And that's beneficial towards a lot of stuff that we can do.
I bet that makes you look like a hero.
Sometimes. It all depends on who you ask. You ask my drivers, at the beginning they were scared because they had to go from change, because most people, they don't like change, and my drivers are one of them, but now all of them, they love it.
So how many vehicles does Swift have here in Memphis going that route from Memphis to Nashville?
Locally, right now we have 20, but we're in the process of getting ready to grow it, so we would know within the next couple of months of how big are we talking about growing as far as in CNG trucks.
Is there anything else that I haven't asked you that you think would be important to add?
No, ma'am.